more cloudier. Head checks. Sorry. So you're right now sitting in his blind spot, sort of. So yeah, you either back off, or if he's not doing the speed limit like they're not, then go past them and get up to the speed limit. Looking right, looking left. Because we're doing 50 in a 60 zone at the moment. Alright, at the lights up ahead, we're going to be turning left, and then we're going to be turning right at the following set of lights. So remember, with this intersection, we can go straight out into the bus lane, okay? So left at these lights, and then right at the next set. Moving over now, you haven't got a choice. There we go. Excellent, just got to close that gap off on the curb when you're turning left a bit more. In the oil slick. There we go. Good. Now remember, if you do end up in the left-hand lane back there, do your lane change as you're crossing the train tracks, because you've got plenty of time to do it. Lots of head checks to be done before the train tracks. That's why we do it while we're crossing the train tracks, if you are changing lanes. Indicator off, looking for trains. And that was someone in their test. We're going to turn left at the roundabout, and then taking our first left-hand turn after that. In the oil slick. Right-hand wheel track for these parked cars, and then back over to our left for the blind corner. And then we're just going to pull over on the side of the road, just next to that second tree, okay? Excellent. So, when you've been given two instructions to turn left, for example, when we turned left there, our next turn was quite close. I know you don't know the area, but once you turned onto the street, I would have stayed to my left anyway, knowing that I was going to be turning left soon, and just been looking out for where the next street was. But what we should have done was maintained the same distance from the curb all the way around the turn to stay in that left-hand wheel track, rather than running wide away from the curb and into the oil slick. Okay? It's not a big deal, because if you do that on your test, all you got to do is just make sure you look over your shoulder and then move back off that oil slick. Okay, so it's not a big deal. But the assessor might bring it up that you're veering around a little bit. So yeah, just got to be careful with that. So your road positioning isn't a big deal when you first go onto a street, as long as you correct yourself properly. Alright. When you're ready, we're going to do some figure rows here, okay? So just in between the two trees that are next to you. So the one that's in front and the one that's right next to you. When you're ready. Make sure mirror, shoulder check and turn. There we go. One last turn, then we're pulling over. Excellent, good work. See, you're doing things good. You do things good, like really well in some areas. There's a lot of people that'll be very jealous of your U-turns, okay? So, don't feel bad. Alright, well done. Just make sure that you actually do your shoulder check. Sometimes it still looks like you're just kind of turning your helmet towards the curb across the road and then just turning rather than actually